Hola my friends, welcome back to A Life I Choose, the place to be to design your life so you can thrive. Welcome to a video called How to Spend a Lot of Time at Home and Not Go Crazy. This social isolation thing is tough, okay? And like when you're spending so much time at home, it's very easy for the days to all sort of blend into each other. So it's important that you have some kind of structure that's telling your brain, okay, this is morning, okay, this is midday, okay, this is evening. In this video, I'm gonna give little tips and tricks for the brain to be able to register these are different moments of the day. And the whole point in doing this is so that you boost your mood, right? It's very easy in social isolation for your mood to drop. We need to keep our moods boosted. One, we're going through a challenging time. We need to stay positive throughout it so that we can think clearly, come up with creative solutions, be more engaged with others. Also, we need to boost our mood to soothe our nervous systems and boost our immune systems as well. If we are stressed out, unhappy, angry, this all contributes to lowering the immune system. And at the moment, what we want is a heightened immune system. So we want focus, we want clear thinking, we want positive state of mind, and we want a boosted immune system. So you want to begin by getting out of bed at the same time every day. So set this time, right? I like 7 a.m. and by 7:15 I'm up. So set your alarm from before, get up and get changed. And what's important is that you have some kind of morning routine that lifts your mood, moves your body, gets your blood pumping and makes you feel good. So you can make this morning routine be anything you want. I like to do some meditation and some yoga. If we can still go outside and there aren't many people, sometimes I like to go out for a walk. But you can choose anything. You could go for a jog if it's okay to go outside, or you could do a 7-minute workout, or you could do some, like there are so many gyms that are streaming their workouts now, so you could do a workout online. So I like to do meditation and yoga. I usually do about 15 minutes of meditation, 20 minutes of yoga, but you can mix it up. You could do a gratitude practice. Sometimes I do that too. You could journal. You could do anything that puts you into one, a positive mindset, and two, moves your body and connects you to your body. These are really important first thing in the morning, and you're setting the tone for the rest of your day. If you wake up and you have no structure and your day is just sort of bleh, then your brain for the rest of the day is gonna be sort of bleh. You know, so if you wake up and you know what you're doing and you are meditating or doing a gratitude practice so that you're getting your mindset present, compassionate, joyful, centered, and grateful, that sets the tone for the rest of your day so that no matter what comes up, no matter what bad news you hear or whatever, you can come back to that center. And moving your body connects you with your body. You know, in a time when everybody is so scared of getting sick, it's very important that we have this connection with our bodies, because we need to be able to tune in, to listen, to be aware of what's real and what's not, and even just to be kind to ourselves. You know, our bodies are our greatest source of information. It's where our emotions come from. It's where we experience pain, and whenever the body goes out of balance, it's trying to tell us something. So to meet our needs, we need to be able to be in tune with our bodies. So you have a little morning routine, and that sets you up for success for the rest of the day. It doesn't need to be long, doesn't need to be complicated, just enough. And when you think about it, it makes you feel good. 2 important notes about the morning. So one, before you start your morning routine, do not check your messages. Do not check the news. If you're using your phone, it's to get up a guided meditation or a workout video. You are not looking through social media, because that will get your brain into a cycle of dopamine and feeling connected and hooked, gets you into a cycle of comparison and into a state of fight or flight during this period. Specifically, no phone until after your morning routine is over. Second note, open the curtains, get some sunshine in for some vitamin D. This really wakes you up, really lets your brain know it's morning time. Okay, so this morning we are gonna do some Wim Hof breathing. That is our version of a sort of meditation this morning. Then I will do some yoga and Pete will do whatever he bloody well feels like.
I'm on the train headed back to Indiana. The rain is forming into rivers outside, writing down all the things that I miss, and in the letters you take form. I won't go back tonight with the habits of the restless me. I'm leaving all that stuff behind. We can start all over in our hometown, running free. It could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see how you make everything fall into place. How you make everything fall into place.
Okay, so you've meditated, you've worked out, you've had a delicious, healthy breakfast, okay? Keep that sugar low because that sugar is gonna drive you crazy. So nice and healthy. You've showered, you've gotten dressed in actual clothes, not pajamas. No, these are not my pajamas, this is a sweater. And now it's time to work. If you can work from home, it's good to ask yourself what are the projects that you want to work on this week. Make a list of them and then say, okay, what's most urgent, what's most important, what's urgent and important, and what can wait. And then schedule them into your calendar accordingly. If you can't work from home, you can do this with personal projects too. You can ask yourself, you know, what would I like to do? Maybe there's something I've wanted to learn for a long time and I've never had the time. Or, you know, maybe there's an area of my home I've just been dying to get clean, you know? Or maybe I've wanted to look into starting my own business for a really long time and I want to research that, or I've wanted to start a blog or a YouTube channel or something. Write down the things that you want to accomplish and schedule them, right? Get a planner and like schedule time in for each one. So it's important when you spend a lot of time at home. Now I started my business working from home. When I started The Life I Choose, it was when my fibromyalgia was so bad that I had to stop working full time and I was at home a lot. So I got used to creating a structure, because without structure you go mad. So I got used to like asking myself, okay, what's most important, what's most urgent, what can wait? And then what I like to do is I like to chunk my time so that I'm not trying to do 101 different things at one go. I only check my email when it's time to check my email. I'm not, for example, creating content and still checking emails whenever they come in, you know, because I find that just way too draining. It's way too exhausting. So I'll have a chunk, for example, from 9 to 11, for example, on a Tuesday morning. That is for content creation only. So that's for Instagram content creation or for creating a video, for example. Then I'll have a chunk from 2 till 6:30 and that's seeing clients online. I think you're getting what I'm saying. You have a sense of what you're doing when. That's really important, because if you start your day, right, and you do your morning routine, which is great start to your day. But if then you're kind of thinking, oh, what do I do now? It's really easy to get distracted, it's easy to waste a lot of time, it's easy to end up on your phone just scrolling, checking updates, blah blah. So if you know, for example, that at 10 you're starting, or at 9 you're starting and you're going to work for 2 hours, then you're going to take a short break and then you're going to come back for another hour and a half, you know, then you do what you need to do and you get that stuff done. Another thing that's important is that your workspace is separate from your chill space. Okay, now I'm lucky in the sense that when I started The Life I Choose, I turned this room, which used to be a junk room, into an office. And so this is my office space. I work here, I chill out in the living room. Now, if you don't have separate rooms, that's not an issue. So for example, at the moment, so since there's 2 of us and we don't have 2 offices, Pete is out here, but he's not working on the sofa, right? Sofa is for chilling. Pete's working over here.
My workstation, fool.
This is your workstation. It's a very messy workstation, I must say.
Messy.
So it's important to just keep the area separate, okay? Sofa's for chilling. This area of the table for eating. That area of the table for working. Obviously this goes for your bed as well, you know, don't work from your bed, because then every time you go to bed you're giving your brain a confusing message. The different areas of our home need to be specific, you know, so that the brain can just, oh, okay, I'm in the office now, that means I work. Or I'm on the sofa now, that means I chill. Or I'm in bed now, that means I sleep.
Than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance.
So guys, no one was made to sit at a computer all day. We go freaking mental when we do. So make sure that you take a break for lunch, just like you would do if you were working outside. Take a break, get up, come to the kitchen, cook something, put something easy together, and then use the time to connect. If you can still go outside, if it's still, you know, suggested to go outside for a walk where there aren't any people, or you can use the time to FaceTime someone, make a WhatsApp call, focus on connection. You can also use the time to move your body. So if you didn't have time to work out in the morning, you can do that now. The whole point is to, you know, we're inside and we're gonna be inside for a while. It's our new temporary situation and we don't know how long temporary is. But the most important thing throughout this whole thing is to make sure that we're experiencing positive emotions for the majority of the time. There is a collective fear going on at the moment. You know, there's fear for our health and there's fear for, you know, us economically. The more that we go into that fear, the more that one, we weaken our own immunity, and two, that we limit ourselves from being able to think creatively, because so much blood goes to the fight or flight systems that not enough goes to the prefrontal cortex, and creative long-term thinking comes from the prefrontal cortex. What's important in your time at home is that you keep your energy levels and your mood lifted, okay? Your mood, more than anything, lifted. So when you find yourself going down or, you know, overthinking too much, just lift it, break the pattern. So lunchtime is a great time to get up, to cook something, move around, put on some music and just enjoy yourself, okay? And then you can go back to work in like an hour or an hour and a half or something. I have about 40 minutes until I start seeing clients online. So I'm going to make something quick and I'm going to eat on my own today because Pete needed to take care of something, and I will catch you later.
Make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me.
Hi guys, so it's the end of my work day and I am marking the end of my work day by having a call with my nieces. Say hi. You see the camera? Hi. 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 Let Georgie say hi too. Ah. Cheeky monkeys. They got on me. Give me a second. Where did you go?
I accidentally cut you off.
You accidentally cut me off. You cheeky monkey.
Exciting to see my room now.
Yes, I'm very excited to see your room now. Wow, show me the lights above your bed. You still have the pretty lights above your bed? Georgie, Georgie. Yo. So my niece was running around so much that she was like making me dizzy. But anyway, so it's the end of the work day. I find it very helpful to kind of mark the end of the day. This is something that I used to struggle with a lot when with working from home, that I can sometimes, well, in the past, I used to just work and work and work and I just wouldn't stop working. I didn't have like a cut-off time. And then, you know, it would end up being really late and I still hadn't cooked, I still hadn't done anything, and I would be feeling like stressed. So something that I started doing was to give myself like a bit of a cut-off time. I'm not mega strict with it, but I've gotten better at it. And I know that by, 7:30, 8, I'm gonna stop working. And sometimes I stop working earlier, but not often. It's usually like 7:30. I'd like it to be 7. It might be better if it was 7. Probably would be better if it was 7. Actually, no, that's bullshit. I did finish at 7 today. What am I saying? Although I'm still working, kind of, but I don't really count this as work. I'm rambling now. But anyway, my point is, it's good to have a cut-off time. because then you know it's the end of the work day. I think it's too easy when you're at home to just keep working. It's like, especially the brain goes into this mode of wanting to fix, wanting to finish. And so it's good to just close the laptop, get up, go do something different, which was why I called my nieces, had a chat with them. And you start to tell your brain, like, it's time to chill, it's time to do something different. Something that is really important when you're working from home is to schedule in time to like de-stress and do something fun, because it's very easy to end up in a state of just working all the time, and especially within the climate that we are now, where there's a lot of uncertainty and there's a lot of fear and stuff. It's very easy to get into a stressed out state, and then what happens is you get to the end of the workday and you haven't decompressed at all, and you want a fast decompression, and so then your body will crave things like overeating or sugar or alcohol. You'll want that quick switch, you know, to sort of drop you back down kind of thing. And what I've found is that when I give myself breaks throughout the day, like I take a lunch break, or you know, I have a call with someone during the day, or you know, in the past, just like even now, you can still go out for a walk, or well, so long as it hasn't changed by the time this video goes up. But anyway, you know, kind of, if you can go out for a walk, go out for a walk. If you can have a call with someone, have a call. It's really important to just not be in a stressed out state. Another thing that I find helpful is to mark down the good things that I've done that day in terms of work or achievement or overcoming some kind of fear, like taking steps towards overcoming some kind of fear or meeting a new challenge. I actually keep a little achievements journal. I don't know where the hell I put my latest one, but I was coming to the end of it anyway, so I'll just get a new one. I have a little journal, and I write down the things that I did that day that were good, basically, that were like accomplishments, things that I want to. They don't have to be anything huge, they can be big things, but they can be small things. Like, for example, today, the first podcast, my very first podcast ever went up. Like, that's quite an accomplishment. It depends on how I want to look at it, right? Because my brain can go, big deal. But at the same time, you know, it took work to get that up, you know, and it took energy and it took excitement, and I want my brain to want to do it again. If I tell myself big deal, then what the hell was the point in putting in all the energy? But if I tell myself like good job, like well done, then you know what, I'm going to feel good about it, I'm going to want to do it again. So that's the point of having an achievements journal. So I'm just going to write that down. First podcast episode ever went up. And for those of you who would like to listen to the first podcast episode that A Life I Choose has ever put up, it is a podcast with the microbial ecologist Pierluigi Buttigieg, who is a friend of mine, and it is about how coronavirus spreads and why social distancing matters. It's not a scary podcast, don't worry, and it's not like very heavy. It's just a discussion between two friends about, you know, how viruses spread. Like, because one of the reason we decided to, I'm going totally off on a different wavelength, but anyway, the reason that we decided to record the podcast was because one of the things that I was finding so anxiety producing was the fact that I didn't understand and how a virus spreads. I had no idea. And so, you know, the different guidelines that we're receiving from the you know, the unofficial ones, I wasn't sure like what's real, what's hearsay. So I said, okay, I'm going to contact Pierluigi because he understands viruses better than anyone I know. And so I asked him, and I found our conversation very supportive. I felt more in control. And so I said, okay, I want to get this information out to people, which it's coming out more and more. But anyway, if you want to listen, I shall link it down below. So back to my achievements journal. So first podcast ever is up and out there. I wrote out an answer for a question on Insta stories. I received a very interesting question, and this is, how do you deal with being isolated from your partner? So I'm gonna make a new IGTV. What else did I do today? I had good sessions, great sessions with clients. I love seeing them move forward, make progress, and experience fulfillment. Yeah, those were the main things. And this doesn't only have to be work. This can be related to even the personal stuff you did, like, you know, did yoga, spent time with my family, called my
nieces, like the good stuff, you know. In fact, I want to write that stuff down too, because that stuff's important at this point in time, you know. It's easy to fall into a bad space at this point in time, and or it's not necessarily easy, but it can be easy. So it's good to acknowledge the good that you're doing, you know, the ways that you are staying connected and the ways that you are taking care of your health and your body, you know, and staying strong and boosting your immunity. So now that it's the end of the day, it's a good idea to, you know, put some markers, some signals for your brain to know it's time to start chilling. You can light some candles, put on some soothing music, cook a nice meal. Eventually, if you want to, you can get into some comfy clothes, like get into your PJs, and just let your brain know, like, it's the end of the day, it's time to chill, it's time to let go and relax. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna go figure out what to cook. I'm gonna go light some candles, and I'm gonna put on some soothing music if Pete lets me, because Pete needed to continue working late today. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like. If you'd like more videos like this, please let me know in the description box below. Just like on Insta stories, I love it when you send me questions. Please send me your questions, I'll answer them. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And you can hit that little bell notification to be notified every time we upload new videos. We upload new videos every Monday, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. I'm sending you love, I'm sending you health, I'm sending you joy, I'm sending you elevated emotions and a heightened immune system. And I'm sending you good vibes, like, you know. Yes, it's a time of uncertainty. We always have a choice in it, whether to freak out or stay calm and take it day by day and enjoy. So always support yourself too. Take it day by day and enjoy. Lots and lots of love. Peace.